Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by. So this time I'd like to share about some basic things that we should know about writing task 2 of Ielts test. Okay, so let's start from the time. For writing task 2, you have 40 minutes to complete the task, and then you are required to write at least 250 words. For the types of question, there are generally four things or four types. The first is advantage and disadvantage. The second one is agreement and disagreement. And then the third one is discuss both these view questions. And then the last one is problem and solution. Okay, for the additional information for the task 2, the key is how we understand the question. So because sometimes there is additional question that we need to answer in a paragraph. Okay, so let's discuss one by one how to deal with those types of question. The first, I really recommend you to plan beforehand at maximum 5 minutes out of 40 minutes. You can't spend so much time to think about the thing you are going to write, just 5 minutes. And again, it needs practice. So for those 5 minutes, what can we do? The first is highlighting the keywords. Of course, there are keywords. And then highlighting the questions. For the keywords, what topic you should write, and then for the question, what types. I mentioned earlier there are four generally. Okay, and then for the planning stage, let's talk about the advantage and disadvantage. So for the advantage and disadvantage, you need to think about the advantage of a certain thing. Think about two possible advantages that you can figure out. More is better. And then the disadvantage, you can also think about at least two disadvantages, right? And then for the agreement and disagreement, it's quite different from advantage and disadvantage, because for agreement and disagreement we can choose what side we are going to write. So but beforehand, before deciding whether we agree or disagree, we need to plan both. So the possibilities of reasons if we agree with the statement, and then the possibilities of disagreeing, so both. And then we compare. After comparing, and then okay, let's say I think it's more convenient to agree, or probably it's more convenient to disagree, right? And then think about 2 or 3 reasons of you agreeing or disagreeing, right? And then the third one is discuss both these view question. This is quite tricky actually, because some of my students are trapped with this question, because because if you have ever taken simulation, or you have ever learned about it, so the question is, or the instruction is, discuss both these views and give your opinion. So sometimes the students only focus on give your opinion, and then they forget the previous phrases, discuss both these views, which means there are 2 point of views which needs discussing. Okay, so if you have this, or if you get this kind of question, make sure you think about the reasons, 2 reasons for point of view A, and then 2 reasons for point of view B, and then you provide your reasons, okay, your own opinion, right? Get it? And then the last one for problem and solution, actually it's quite obvious. However, for problem and solution, you need to be careful, or you need to be meticulous about the question. Is it problem and solution, or is it only the solution? If it's only the solution, so you don't have to think about the causes or the impacts of a certain problem. Okay, you just need to think about the solution. But then if the question is what are the causes and what solution, so it means you have the obligation to think about the problems or the causes and the solution. Think about two problems and two solution. If the question is only solution, so you need to think more than two, because remember then that you are required to write 250 at minimum. Okay, after planning the reasons, we need to organize the paragraph. Okay, so basically the paragraphing for task 2 consists of introduction and then body paragraph. Well, ideally you need to write two body paragraphs and then conclusion. Okay, so for the advantage and disadvantage, so you are going to write introduction, advantage, disadvantage, and conclusion. And then for the agreement, it depends on your side. So you write introduction, and then the reason of agreeing or disagreeing, you can write in two paragraphs, and then conclusion, right? And then for discuss both these views, remember introduction, point of view A, you mention the reason for point of view A, and then the second paragraph, point of view B, mention the reason, and then your opinion, and then conclusion. So you've got 5, right? For problem and solution, okay, let's talk about the problem and solution first. So you are going to write introduction, the problem, the solutions, and conclusion. If the question is only giving solution, for instance, so introduction, solution 1, solution 2, and then conclusion. Or if you have more than 2, so you can write introduction, solution 1, solution 2 in the first paragraph, and then solution 3 in the third paragraph, and then conclusion. Okay, right. So that's all for the basic concept of IELTS writing task 2. Hopefully it's helpful, and for the further material I'm going to share it. Okay, thank you very much, stay healthy, and bye bye.